Hey, welcome back to the show. Megadeth have just released the latest album, The Sick, The Dying and The Dead, a few weeks back. I think the production is killer and the guitar tones are awesome, and we'll try and dial it in today using the 5150 and just see how it goes, so stick around. So initially when I went to dial this tone in, I thought that Dave would have used something like a JVM 410. He's been using those on recent albums. And so I tried out the Marshall DSL and the tone was off. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get clear. I couldn't work it out. And I just saw recently on YouTube that Dave was there with his rig rundown and they had a whole heap of quad Cortexes, and it didn't really show what amp they were using, the style of amp they were using. It showed he was using his classic signature cabs in the background with the V30s in them, but the actual amps I wasn't sure, and the tone on that album is just so clear and clean. It's aggressive and punchy, but the clarity comes through and it's clearer than what you get out of a Marshall. So I went to the EVH 5150 on the blue channel and the tone is there. So I'll just quickly run through the gear that I'm using today, and it starts with my Jackson KVX and it's loaded with the Seymour Duncan Thrash Factor pickups. And these are the same pickups that are in Dave's latest Gibsons that he uses, and I'm sure he used to record with them on the album. As I find the output, it's pretty aggressive, more so than the JBs that are in like the Rhodes or Dave's earlier King Vs and things. But they're also a little bit scratchier as well, so they suit the lower tuning. Now that Dave plays down in D or a step lower than usual, they still make the guitar have a lot of clarity in the notes. And then I go through the pedal board, and I'm only using the front end of the amp today. I've got the wild overdrive just to tighten things up if you have the gain right down, and I think the output's just fairly neutral. You just get a tighter tone. It doesn't saturate anything, it just focuses the front end a little bit more. And that's going into the Boss NS2 noise gate, and that's it. And then we go into the 5153 50W version. This is the 6L6, it's totally unmodified. We're on the blue channel, and pretty much all the settings you can see there are fairly neutral. The density on the back is right at 12 o'clock, so this is the tone that you just get, and it's spot on with the record. And that's just what you get out of the amp. So coming out of the 5150 to capture this recording and actually have the cabinet sounding like Dave's, I've actually got it going through the 2 Notes Torpedo Captor X. I'm using the virtual cabinet software that they have loaded in this. It's a really cool device, and it emulates all sorts of cabinets and all different microphones, and as you move the microphones around, it's cycling through hundreds, if not thousands of different IRs. A whole lot of work has gone into making it. And I saw in the software bundles that you can download Dave's signature cabinets, those 412s with the V30s and the grill on the front. They sound really good, and so I installed it and downloaded it into the Captor X. And that's a massive difference in sound. I usually use a cabinet that sounds very much like my 1936V, and that's got the Marshall-based V30s in it. And I'm not sure exactly what voicing of V30s he uses in those cabinets, but they sound remarkably different to what I have. So I'll just cycle back and forth and just show you the dramatic difference that the Megastack makes to my 1936V here. And now to the 1936V. And then back to the Dave Mustaine cab. So the difference there between those two cabinets is night and day, and the Megadeth cabinet, I think it sounds awesome. It's a great sounding cabinet. I think I'll be using it a lot more in the future. It goes so well with the 5150. It's a great tone, and we're not using effects loop or anything. The virtual software that I used in that, I've just got a single SM57 and it's just off the dust cap a little bit. I'll have presets in the description, but let's talk about his riffs. I love the riffs on this album. All Megadeth riffs make me play better. They make me play better. So I think the opening title track, The Sick, the Dying and the Dead, it's unreal. The whole thing is just full of killer riffs. Using the bridge pickup and you just back off the volume. It's just got that really cool intro sound. It's a really cool song, but my favourite riff in that part, it's leading up to the solo. I just love that really... That's the coolest riff. I just love that. Something that I'd expect to see on Rust in Peace. It's just a really cool riff. There's loads of those all over this album. Another song that really stands out to me on the album that I think was a lot of fun for them to do, and it sounds really good, is Mission to Mars. It's got some really good catchy hooky lines in it. I just love the voiceovers and all the overdubs and the acting sequences and things in it. And like Dave's voice is all urgent and hectic when he's talking back to Mission Control and things. It's just got a really cool epic sort of driving riff, and it should have been the closer on the album. I just thought even that's really cool, and like when he's talking away and he's 300 million miles to Mars, it's not that far. He's like, yes it is, and hello ladies, hello moon man. It's just funny stuff. It's just a crack up song, but it's just so cool. But I love the part at the end when it's getting frantic and that riff just sees the song out, and I just think it's just so cool, and it's just got all those cool voiceovers, and like Dave's arguing with Mission Control and Earth is vaporized, and I just thought that's just so cool. It's cheesy, but it's just so cool. But like the rest of the album, there's some really cool riffs. The next song, We'll Be Back, I think that's a killer riff as well. So there you have it, guys. It's a killer album. The riffs are so much fun to play. Go try and learn them any way you can. I don't have any tabs, sorry. I just learn them by ear, so my way is probably wrong. But I really think they used a 5150 to record this album. It's just, the sound is just there. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.